Well, hello my friends and welcome back to Conan Exiles. This will be episode 10 of the Beginner's Guide series, and if you remember, in the last episode we talked about building a slightly bigger base in a slightly better location away from Noob River, and we came up here to Seppa Maru, which is just here on the left of the map, and we've come right up out of this end here, and I built a little bit, or we were going to build just across there. I'll take you over in a second. I've actually put down what I call base plate just to get an idea. It's not going to be anything fancy, this base, as yet, until we maybe can get up into the highlands with some better armour and some better weapons. But just wanted to build something a little bit bigger that's a bit more practical, because in this area we've got a water supply, we've got plenty of trees, plenty of stone, and also just on the little ridge there to the left, sort of in front of me just there is a few iron nodes, and we've got easy access to lots of fighter and crafter friends, let's call them, here in Seppa Maru, and chests that we can loot. So in this episode what I thought I would do is, rather than me spend the whole episode just farming a load of stone and wood, which you've already seen me do a lot of times and you've probably already seen it in previous videos, I would use one of the other modes that are available in-game, that if you play on single player, as I am for this episode, well for this series, you can also, if you make yourself admin, so you go to settings, go on to the far end, click the button there that says make me admin, and it will pop up on the right hand side saying you are now admin enabled, you are now allowed to cheat, which yes, essentially it is cheating, but in single player you can access the admin panel and you've got all these different tabs that basically control everything in your game, whatever they are. I'm not going to go into them in too much detail in this video because I don't want to bore you with it, but if you guys want to see a video just going over the basics of the admin panel, what each of these means and how I use it in any of my videos that I create, do let me know, and you can let me know by smashing that like button. Let's say if we can get 50 likes on this video, I'll do a video talking about the admin panel. But one of those other features, when you go back to your menu again, as you can see, admin, we also have this mode that says exit creative mode, because I'm actually in it because I use it for the cinematic effects for my videos. But if I exit that a minute, that's me in normal game mode. And if I enter creative, you also get this hammer, and then if I press L1 on control of a console, as you can see I've got all the different building sets, and each square has the 00 in the bottom corner, which literally means it's unlimited building pieces. So in this video I'm going to use that just to kind of talk people through it a little bit, just to show you how that works and how it operates, and because as I say, I've farmed enough stone and enough wood and other resources in this game with over 3,000 hours in it to bore you with watching me chopping down trees and farming stone all day. So we'll kind of use the creative mode, because this is single player and have access to it, just to speed things up a little bit, but also talk you guys through it. So if you play single player, you know what you're doing. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so here we got the little spot that we chose last time we're here, and as you can see I've kind of put down what I'm going to call a bit of a base plate, and it's literally 5 foundations deep, so from the back to the front, and 10 long. Only difference is here I've put a staircase in here because we're going to put a door here, and we also need walls and a roof. So to do that we want to access our hammer. Now there are multiple different pieces I can use, because like these arcane ones, they came with Age of War, not Age of War, in Age of War now, Age of Sorcery I believe it was, I think in the first chapter. Basically like the sandstone doorways that you will get, as you can see you get all the different options here. These are another one, the rough timber doorways, but we're just going to use this arcane one. So what we do when we select it is try and get it to go here, which is what we want. Now if you have trouble doing it that way, you can always stand here and look that way, it will still work for you. Access our panel again with our L1, and then we're going to go with a couple of walls here. We want walls all the way along the back because we don't need to see anything back there. Oops. And then if we leave a space, do I want a window there? Yeah. We'll put a wall. No, actually. We'll do the walls all the way up to there. Then we'll have something like that, I reckon. So then I'm going to use, because they're slightly better, the arcane window, and they just slot right in between our wall pieces. Just have those there. I may end up changing that just so we can see out there. Not that there's a lot to see, but then we can see up there as well. So that's pretty much the base plate of it. Now we can look at doorways. We've got all these different doorways. I like to go with, I think it's this one. So if we select it, that'll pop that in for us. Yeah, we'll pop it that way so when we're coming in, it opens against that wall there. So when it comes to the ceiling, you get some ceiling pieces, for example, like this, but that's just a thatch one, for example. You can get them in the sandstone as well. I don't like these because if I put this like this, look at the head height that I've got. That feels really claustrophobic to me and I don't like it. So what we can do as a way of getting around that, and you will need some slightly different resources, but if you're using this mode as I am, then you're actually okay. But if we put this piece here like that, and then we'll do the same on the back. This is the thatched roof that we're using. That corner. I may do an upstairs on this build eventually, but for the moment we'll just do it as a single level because I think we've got more than enough space. Whoops, that's the ramp. You can delete that way, or if you put something in by accident, if you hold R1 if you're on PlayStation, it'll highlight red. Tap it again and that will delete. Now to come out of that mode you can hit circle, which will bring you out of your hammer, and then you can go back to whatever the pieces are that you need, and then we can just go along once you see it highlighted the way you need it to be. It's going to be a bit awkward, that corner, isn't it? Let's just see, are we going to be able to box this corner in? I've just realised this is a bit rough. That will go there. What about if I then put... Come on. That's the wrong one. We need that one. Yeah, there we go, we can do it. Sounds like they're fighting outside. Not know why, but she sounds remarkably like Dalencia. It needs a lot of the same voice lines for different NPCs, which is funny. So yeah, it did work out. There, so we're going to fill all that in. So, oh, now you see I went the wrong way there, so I'll highlight, tap the red, hold again to bring back. Now I could do roof on top of this again, but to be quite honest with you, I just find it easier just to throw this on. Yes, I'm using all the thatch again, so it's actually a bit nicer. Looks a bit nicer than the sandstone, to be honest. That looks quite rough underneath, but this is just ideal as a bigger shelter for us. Now the problem here is we don't have anything. We've no stations or anything up here, no stations or nothing, because all of our stuff is back down on Noob River where we first started out, so we'll have to go back there and collect a few things at some point, see what we're going to need, because what I'll probably do is actually collect everything from there and bring it up here. This will just be our main operating area, if you will, from now on. Because at least being a bit further up in the map, we're a lot nearer to better resources. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, so she killed that guy, so I might as well chop him up. Because another cool feature with the build mode, if you use your R2 button, as you can see now, we've got all the crafting stations there. So crafting, carpentry, alchemy, cooking, the new clan emblem. So cooking, this is the one I'm looking for. We had the little campfire that you can make in your inventory, but you can actually get this one. Now on official servers or on privately owned servers that you may play on, you will have to build all these yourself, obviously, with the materials that they take to do. But just to show you for introduction purposes and a bit of information, because that option is available in single player, just thought I'd show you. So there's our campfire now. So we're just gonna throw all this meat on there. Do we have any more? Bit of exquisite meat there, we can chuck that on. Yeah, we're not bothering about the other stuff. Do you, Horsey, have any wood on you? Did I bring any wood with me? Yes, a little bit. Right. I know it's not the most fanciest looking of bases and you can do a lot more than this, but I just wanted to kind of simplify and show you an example of if you're purely just starting out in this game and you don't really know what you're doing yet or how to do anything. With practice and with time, you know, you'll get even better at it, and as you learn the game and the way it works and the way the building works and farming materials, etc, etc, you'll gradually get better and better at it, and you'll make better builds than these, obviously. Now, am I going crazy, or have I just not got my wood off my horse? Yeah, I am going crazy. It's so again, pop that in, and we're going to get that meat cooking up because we are going to need some more food anyway. So what I'll probably do off camera is I'll kit this place out with all of these options of what we've got so far. I'm not going to put any extra stations in that we haven't already built yet, but what I'll do is get us a carpenter in here, a blacksmith, tanner, all the ones that we had down at Noob River. We'll get those done, but obviously I don't want to just do that now, just throw it all down, because that just makes it too quick and easy and obvious for everybody. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to get on the horse and take our young lady with me, and we're going to nip back down to Noob River to where our little starter base was, and just see if there are any materials there that we're going to need to bring up, because we're probably not going to be back down that way for a little while. So we'll take the horse, I'll take our little lady with us, and we'll see if there's anything to bring back, and then I will bring you back once we're back from Noob River. Okay, see you soon. Okay, well, welcome back. We didn't have a great ton of stuff down at the other base, if you can remember, but we had a few bits and pieces. So what I'm just going to do is get some of these boxes again. Now this we've got to unlock yet, so I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use the regular one. I'm just going to pop a box down here, because then what I want to do, because this is our box sort of for our campfire, if you will, is just put anything kind of related to campfire type of stuff in here. That might as well go in for the moment. Pop that in there. We'll keep our spare water skin in there just so we know where. Oh, a couple of water skins, we'll get them in there so we know where they are. So spare campfire, some seeds. Put all our seeds in there just so we know where all our seeds are. Anything else that we can put in? No, don't think we've got anything else there that we can really put in that one. But then what we'll do is we'll just chuck down another couple of boxes here so that we can then just unpack all this lot and get some sort of organiser done. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll bring you back when we're ready to do our next little thing. Okay, so I'll put a lot of stuff away, and just to do a little bit more in this video, just so we're not keeping it too short, I want to take a run into Seppamaru, just have a little nosy around, because I would like to know, or I'm curious rather, what the fisherman is that's on the island. Now if it's a level 3, we'll try and knock them out to make them our friend. If it's the lone fisherman, that's going to take a little bit more work. But let's just take a look and a bit of an explore, just kind of see who's here. If we've got anybody any good as well while we're here. Let me just come out of that mode again a minute so we can see what we're actually doing. Here we go. I've got nameplates turned off. That's better. What are you? Oh, come on. Nope. Right, so where we need to be for this cook is over here. Let me just fill up my water and take a bite to eat. So if we swim over to this little island here, and of course it's a lone fisherman. Now he's probably going to take a lot to knock out, and we don't actually have a wheel built yet. That's a shame. But, and I think we should be able to take him, change of plan, because he's not that difficult. Let's go see if we can get old Seth to drop us his truncheon. Who thinks we're going to get it first time? Put it in the comments below. Hello Seth. Excuse me. Can you Could you maybe drop me your truncheon, please? Oh! Oh! Now that is what happens if you let your guard down. Well, that just happened. Let's try that again. See you in a minute. Alright, welcome back. Let's try this again, shall we? Oh, the stamina. Come on. Apologies about the light, guys. I know you can't really see what's going on at the minute, but whoops. Let this drunken old fool do his attacks. There we go. We got him that time. Right. And we're getting a level, right? Who says we're gonna get it? And after all that, he didn't even drop it. What do you know? We'll take a piece of compost, huh? And yes, our old body is still here. So don't worry about that. That will despawn. So we didn't get his truncheon. I was going to edit that out, but I thought, you know what? It's a beginner's guide. You need to see just what can happen if you get a little bit too cocky or a bit too clever. Embarrassing for a seasoned player for that to happen, but I thought, you know what, you guys need to see it, because just to show that he can be a pain and he could kill you quite easily. Anyway, moving on, we'll just pretend that never happened. If we come on top of Conan's bar, as we can see here, Relic Hunter boots, what else have we got? Ooh, purple dye, yes, we'll take that. Take the arrows. Glass flask, guess we might need that. And we'll take those steel bars. What have we got in this one? Relic Hunter top. Some more arrows. Black candle still, we're not bothered about that. Crystal, we'll take that. Some glass. And we'll take the more steel bars. Very nice. So yeah, if we pop in here, as I can remember, Conan's bar, let's see what we've got. We've actually got a female and a couple of gentlemen, and I think I forgot to mention last time, you come in here.
You live, and we meet again. Tell me, have you had a good chance to look around? Seen your fill of these exiled lands? It's not too late to get back on that crucifix.
Well, that's just charming.
Walk warily, my twice-dead friend.
I'm not going to carry on the conversation with him because I don't want to spoil it for anybody that's new, but of course this is Conan, of course, this is Conan's bar, come and speak to him. And if I show you on the map where we are just about here, sort of on the east side of Sepamaru. Let's just now, out of curiosity, let's have a look. This spawn here is of course a guaranteed bearer spawn. There they are. Backpack is currently glitched at the minute, so it looks like they're not even wearing a backpack, but they are. You can just see the frame of it, and she's a bearer 1, so she's no use to us, but that is always a bearer, just so we know. Right, let's head back up. Not going to go into the town too much just now because I don't want to look at too many things and make this too long-winded. But we'll quickly pop up here. Oh, those ghosts always appear even if you try and avoid them. And we're going to check this. Yeah, we'll take those arrows. We'll take a bit of aloe. We're not bothered about that. We'll take the crystal. We'll take the steel bars. Definitely take the thick leather. Very nice. And you always get 3 set priests here as well. So if we had these set religion, we'd be able to go and get those from here. But what I'm wondering is, as our blacksmiths, what is the armourer? Armourer is only a level 1. They do keep changing, of course, on single player if you go out of render range, so we'll keep an eye on them. But anyway, not really too much there to be looked at just yet. Oh, alright then my friends, just another quick one. I don't like to make these too much in depth because obviously when I try and keep sort of the basics for new players, there's probably a lot more to it that we could go into, but just kind of want to do this as a gentle playthrough and highlight some of the main bits and pieces for people, give you some ideas of the way things go. So as I say off camera, I'll get all the other stations put into here that we had down on Noob River, and we'll progress a bit more, unlocking our next stations, and have a look at if we can make some better weapons out, which we should be able to, and decide what sort of armor we're going to use, and we'll maybe do a little bit more exploring in the next episode, because we can, if we pass through here and we go across right the way to around about here, it's a bit of a journey, but there's a place called Mechamosis Spire. I'd like to go and see what's going on in there. We've not visited that yet, so things are a bit different there now in the Age of War. But anyway, that is going to do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, hit the like button. As I say, if we can get at least 50 likes on this video, I'll do a video talking about the admin panel for single player and your own private server where you have admin rights. So 50 likes and that video will come out pretty sharpish. Leave your questions, comments down below, and until I see you guys in the next episode, we shall say goodbye. Alright then, my friends, bye bye for now.